this shit to last. We stay on that ass. Bet not show that ass. Jesus coming back. Thinking shit a game, you too fucking lame. Since they learned his name, ain't shit the fucking same. I notice you noticing things in advance. Not trying to sound too cocky. Sound kinda hot like I got 6 blocks in the van. And I always stick to the topic. Strapped up stone to protect our own. Yup. A lot of motherfuckers still don't know shit. I done been through enough. I can teach you stuff that a lot of motherfuckers just ain't gon' get. I'm gone.
Oh yeah, the takeoff gonna be real,
bro. What the fuck, New Religion Media, nigga?
Hey.
All right, bro. It's different type of combos now, bro. I got motherfucking Teejaesohigh in the building, bro. How you feeling today?
Oh no, what's happening? It's pretty lovely. Got me a good buzz. I just discovered how wonderful the combination of cranberry and Malibu is. Man, that's the best shit I've drank in my entire life.
Y'all niggas are really coming in this bitch. Turns like the 5th nigga, bro.
Man, it's just some regular shit.
5th nigga. Man, now we got to continue the conversation from earlier. So how were you feeling about the transition of everything going on in the scene and everything like that? We were off camera talking about this. I had to continue this conversation.
It's weird, but like I've been watching this shit like build up to this point for like the last 4 or 5 years. You know, when you be on the inside with shit like that and you see what really go on the inside, it's like, all right. But when I say my piece about these types of things, motherfuckers look at me like I'm crazy. Oh, don't work with TJ. He's problematic. Nah, you just didn't like what I said.
They're not Kanye-ing you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's basically what it is.
No.
I don't go to that extent like what we'll see a Kanye do. I'm just genuine, bro. So like when I be talking to people, like I'm really gonna let you know what it is that I see and what I feel about what's going on. I don't like to sugarcoat shit. You feel me? I don't like to pull no punches. But everybody ain't like that. So a lot of times I offend people just with me just being honest with them and they don't understand that shit. But it's not up to me to sit back and be worried about what they don't understand. Why don't you understand it? It's right in your goddamn face. So
what is just like what is the transition
the
like?
fact
containing?
that the music box closing their doors right now. The shit that's been going on with them, bro, people been saying it. Like, it shouldn't be no secret. Yeah, they can put out their little statement. And I don't mean no disrespect to none of them when I say this, but, you know, I look at shit like that logistically. Like, people been asking and talking to them about certain things that could have been done to bring more life into that shit and everything that's going on, but
and everything was just rejected at the door.
Pretty much. Like,
motherfucker
look at you with a smile on their face and be like, okay, we hear you out, or throw you this reason or that reason for not doing it. But at the end of the day, it still don't add up. You just throwing a bunch of excuses out there for doing the bare minimum. Here we are. That man wouldn't have pulled out of that goddamn building if that shit was actually a lucrative business for them to stay invested into.
Okay.
They know who I'm talking about when I say that.
Even if the camera dies, I'm gonna keep rolling. We gonna keep doing that shit. I don't really want to put any names out there too, cause like just as far as New Religion shit goes, like that, we stay pretty
righteous,
neutral on that
and
shit.
you don't either, you know.
Yeah, but like this is crazy to kind of hear this take and be able to put it like, you know, really out there, because this is just like,
I mean,
it's
being said. It's being said, whether people know it or not. It's being said. I'm just the one, man, fuck all that. I'm not finna talk about you behind your back. We gonna have that conversation right there together. You feel me? So like, if I see that's what's going on, and I'm gonna speak it to the person of interest.
Is the transition needed? Like, is the closing needed?
It is needed.
It is? Do you feel like it is?
It's karma, man. It's karma. There's been a lot of fuck shit that been going on. You know, on surface level and on deeper levels. like I said, like whether people know it or not, it still exists. Just because you don't see somebody pull their bullshit, but don't mean that they didn't pull their bullshit. It still happened. It's still a whole list of rules in the universe that you still gotta abide by. Ain't nobody getting away with nothing. That's really what's going on. Like, not even just with a music box situation. Like, you got like 4 or 5 different restaurants right now that's either just had to close down in the last month or are closing down. And like I said, they'll throw out their little, they'll make their little statement and say, this is A, B, and C why this happened, but motherfuckers know what really be going on, man.
Damn, man.
Supposed to be trying to sweep shit under the rug. Nah, fuck that. Be real about it. Because it's really a lesson in all of it. Hell, I go through karma all the goddamn time.
Before I'm gonna steer away from this conversation for a second, and I'm gonna really put this man out here and say, like, whenever I was really coming up in the underground scene, this is one of the first niggas I ran into, and to see him rapping the way he was rapping, it made me feel comfortable and okay with the way that I was rapping at that time. And like we perform in a fucking like wing station or some shit like that. Crazy as shit.
E-Wing House.
Yeah, and he taught me about management and everything like that, and to get me into the positions that I'm in today. And he's just one of them people that just really did that. I just had to put that out there. It's Teejaesohigh. He has incredible music, incredible projects. Y'all should check that shit out.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I've been in the studio with this nigga. Like even in a funk, this nigga was like cranking that shit out. So I've been in the studio with that nigga.
I just been on personal time lately. That's what's going on with TJ lately. I just been on personal time. I'm just trying to take care of my personal foundation as far as like my living situation, what's going on with me,
Yeah.
So I just been putting music to the background for a second. A lot of people been sweating me out about that shit. Like, what, you still making music? Like, you ain't working on nothing? What's going on? I mean, I'm not gonna stop being me. I don't make music because I have an agenda in making music. No, I just make music because I'm just good at that shit. It's just in me to do that. Like on a daily basis, I walk around and I have a whole metronome, a whole rhythmic pattern that just plays through my mind. Like, that's how I do all of my production on all of my albums. I just go through my days, and different situations and scenarios may trigger ideas. So I go with that shit. I cannot turn it off.
Yeah.
But I just been trying to sit back and just be cool and be good for myself. I literally had been out this motherfucker for 6 years straight, doing shows, at least 2 shows a month, and running around on the road, doing all the tours and all that shit that I was doing. But I was neglecting my personal health. I wasn't taking care of me on the home front. So
Does music usually take like a toll on people like that? Do you see that a lot?
it can if you let it.
Oh.
It can if you let it. It doesn't have to, but like with anything that you put your experience into and you giving your time to, once you get to a certain level of dedication to where, oh no, I'm just head first in this shit, it's gonna be some bite back. So that's gonna happen. Like, there's nothing that you can invest yourself in that's not gonna take away from other areas in your life. But that's why we have to be able to make the healthy decisions to be like, wait a minute, I gotta ration out time to do this over here. I need to ration out some time to take care of this right here. I need to ration out some time to take care of that right there.
Some real shit.
Because I spent all that time just being a road runner, just on the road, doing all these shows, pulling people in with me and all this shit, it was just, hey man, it's time to go sit your ass down, get your shit together. Because if I don't take care of myself on a personal level, then I'm not going to be at my best when it's time to go out here and take over the world.
When did you first start making music?
14.
14?
I'm 14. That was the first time I ever wrote a legit rap. And I fucked around and I found that old ass recording program, Mixcraft, on one of my computers when I was 15, and pretty much just sat in my room for like a week and a half and just recorded freestyles of random instrumentals and shit.
Yeah.
And just made a mixtape off of that. Only 5 people ever heard that mixtape. It never got off of that computer because it ended up getting crashed and shit. So,
No, no.
but I just kept going. Then that's when I found Fruity Loops, started making beats and shit. They was trash. Of course, they was trash at first. That's just how that goes, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like growing dreadlocks, man. It's that rough stage. You got to get past that motherfucker. But I just kept doing that shit. I just was always like really hyper analytical about what I was making, what I was creating. So with everything that I've ever done, I always looked at it for what it was. I can appreciate it in that moment, but when I sit with it in time, I start thinking about that next piece of work. Like every piece of music I got out right now, bro, all of it is trash to me. Not because it's not good music, but because mentally and spiritually, I've outgrown it. I'm not in the same place that I was when I made it.
Yeah.
So my whole mentality about it is I'm always looking to see what that next thing is that I'm gonna create.
Is it so like progressing more into this transition? What do you think the soundscape of that next thing is gonna sound like?
Um, it's really hard to call. I don't know how to put a label on it, you know, to make it identifiable. But like I have an entire album and an EP with like 4 or 5 singles on the side of all of that shit, like already written. I created that work back in 2022 while I was still in jail on a sit down. So I was just sat, worked out, built my body up, and just whenever I had time for it and I had the thoughts for it, I just wrote lyrics down. So I have a collection of music right now that's ready to go, but I haven't made the time to sit down and work on the production for it all.
Yeah.
But the music is in my head. I already know what all of it is supposed to sound like. I just haven't like actively started doing it yet. I do have like a couple of songs that I done recorded in this time since then, but I'm still holding on to them. Mainly because they need to be re-recorded. Like the editing quality and stuff need to be stepped up on, so it's like presentable. But they dope ass songs, dope as fuck. I'm at that place now to where I have been doing everything on the fly, you know,
Yeah.
for so long. The way it's like, all right, we know what our standard has been, and we have perfect examples of what the standard should be. So until we get in a position to where we can say that we have that higher standard for ourselves, we're not doing shit. Everything gonna sit under my sleeve. Cause I want to represent myself properly from now on, you know. So I just been clutching everything. I ain't been trying to put out nothing. I just been letting everybody wonder what the fuck is he doing.
You gotta feed them. You gotta feed them.
I mean, you know, I know, but the only thing about it is I had just been running for so long and putting this out, doing collabs and all of this stuff left and right. I feel like in that time, I did enough to solidify my presence to where people who know me know me. When they hear me, they hear me. They know exactly who it is that they listening to. So it's only right that I have the outlook of giving them a justice by taking my time to make sure that everything is up to par before I get on something else. Because I don't want my people steady looking at me like, who engineered this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you need a better engineer or, you know, such and such and such and
Yeah.
such. That's what's really going on with me in my head.
Okay. That'd be that bullshit though.
Yeah, but they right.
Yeah.
They right. They really are.
Yeah, it do be facts. That'd be the most fucked up thing.
So I can't ignore that anymore, so.
Fuck. Yeah, I remember being in that position like, damn, Band Lab days. Ethan being in the basement days. Nostalgic being in the basement days. Yeah, man. Fucking, I remember them days. But my nigga, we got Teejaesohigh in the building. I promise to God we're going to get a part 2. Because this shit was motherfucking crazy. This was probably the craziest interview I've had so fucking far, bro.
Oh no.
This is the GOAT in the fucking building. Like, if anybody's like that, I've seen this nigga put in a lot of work, bro. Like, this nigga has project on song on song on song. I've seen this nigga perform, and I've had to sit here and be like, damn, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? And niggas look at me like I'm just like a beast on the bitch. I'm looking at this nigga like, damn, what can I do? Teejaesohigh in the motherfucking building. I'm gonna get a part 2 in with this nigga. I promise you. We're gonna be in a different location, different setting. I promise you that, nigga. New Religion Media shit. Shout out Kyle. Shout out everybody at Dolphin Street Sound. Thank y'all for this. We are out this bitch. Sir. The camera didn't even see it, but it's a ritual at this point.
Thank you for even here.
Built this shit to last, we stay on that ass. Bet not show that ass, Jesus coming back. Thinking shit a game, you too fucking lame. Since they learned his name, ain't shit the fucking same. I notice you noticing things in advance. Not trying to sound too cocky. Sound kinda hot like I got 6 blocks in the van. And I always stick to the topic. Strap